a question. How do you know when you're in the flow? How do you know when you're living a life in the flow? Can you even live your life in the flow? And when I say flow, I mean in the flow of spirit, in the flow of your personal power, your soul's purpose. How do you know when you're in the flow? Hi, welcome to Kick-Ass Switch, putting the K in magic. I'm Joanna DeVoe, and you are watching a video about personal power, flowing with the flow, and the force of momentum. Because for me, to answer the question that I asked in the beginning, it's pretty easy to tell when you're in the flow. The force of momentum as it is at play when you are in the flow. Things are happening. The synchronicities are stacking up. Your phone is ringing. The opportunities are coming in. You are in action. You feel a sense of energy. And that's what I mean by the force of momentum. The ball is rolling. You sense it. The opposite of that is really obvious too. You know, you've been sitting on the couch for 2 days in the same pair of sweatpants with a bun on your head and Cheeto dust all over your face, binge watching Netflix. You have grown stagnant, and that doesn't feel good. That doesn't feel good. And I refer to the comfort zone as the zone of lies. In this ebook that I just released, The Spiritually Mature Witch: 5 Keys to Unlocking Your Personal Power. And I really wanted to reframe the comfort zone, because the word comfort is so comforting. It's so comforting, but we lie to ourselves. We're lying about that. We think that the comfort zone is safe, when in fact, it's really just like delayed pain. So we get into our comfort zone because we think we're avoiding something that we can't deal with, that we don't want to face. So it's really sort of like deferred pain. The pain of staying in the zone of lies is the unlived life. It's regret. And that is more painful than whatever, making that scary phone call, making the effort, showing up every single day to write that novel you say that you're gonna write, or whatever it is, leaving that relationship that you know is toxic and grown stale, but it's comfortable and it's scary to step outside the zone of lies. Let us never call it the comfort zone again. And I wanted to talk about this today because we're 3 weeks into the new year. We're coming up on 4 weeks fast. If you're watching this in real time, a couple days after I posted it or something. But this is a good time of year to check in with yourself and see if you've gotten yourself into momentum on whatever goals you've set for 2016. This is a great thing to do at any time, just to check in with yourself and say, am I in a place of momentum? Are things flowing? Or has it grown stagnant and stale and stinky? And if you can be real with yourself, if you are spiritually mature, you know the difference. It's pretty obvious. You are not in the flow when it feels like everything has reached a standstill. When you feel like that fly that is smacking itself in the face again and again and again and again, trying to get out the window from the same spot. Whereas a fly that's in the flow, he will look around the room, he will find an open door or an open window, and he will go out that way. And I have to say, I don't think flies live in the flow. They don't live in the flow. I'm sure you've seen one of those windows with all these dead flies at the bottom. Think about that. That's what the zone of lies does to you. You don't want to be a dead fly. You want to flow in the flow of your own personal power, your unique connection to source energy. It is meant to flow through you. It is flowing at all times. It is trying to, but depending on the programming you received as a child, any traumas that you've experienced, you have a unique set of triggers that block that flow. And for me, Being spiritually mature is about being able to recognize that sooner rather than later. So, you can pull out some witchy tool and open the door and get yourself back into flow again. So that is why I created these 5 keys to unlocking the door to your personal power. Get it? It's so even if it's one day in particular is like a minefield of doors slamming in your face, it's like trigger, 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 which is gonna happen when you're trying to do something outside the zone of lies, outside your comfort zone. Having a set of keys that can help you through that and keep you in the flow is, to me, invaluable. That is why that is the first product I created in 2016. That is why I hope you pick yourself up a copy. I'm going to talk more about the force of momentum in the blog post down below, so I hope you will check that out. And until we meet again, flow on, my friend. Flow on. Much love to you. Peace.